This will be the GG33 student video on the number 9. Let's get started. People born on the 9th, 18th, 27th, or people who are 9 life paths in total. Their greatest skill in life is their ability to adapt to any situation or anything with ease. It's also one of their biggest weaknesses. Let me explain. First, let's explain how they adapt. 7 plus 9 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. 5 plus 9 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. So the 9 always follows. It adapts to its surroundings. You can see it in pure mathematics. So also, if you look at stuff like the word mirror, first vowel is I. So basically they reflect the people around them. So here's the thing about 9s. If a 9 is around trash, it will become trash. If a 9 is around good, strong people, it will become the same. Let me give you an example. One of the biggest mistakes numerologists make, and I'm talking about 95% of them, if not more, is they basically regurgitate the same garbage that's been in books for about 100 years about the number 9. And that is 9 is the number of the humanitarian. And they bring up cases like Mother Teresa and Gandhi. Well, yeah, Mother Teresa, for all we know, she was a saint, so we can say that 9 was definitely a saint. But when it comes to Gandhi, he was also born on the 2nd. To me, that's the number of peace, so that kind of explains him. But I always like to ask other numerologists, what about Joseph Stalin? He's probably the biggest murderer of the 20th century, and he was a 9. What about Heinrich Himmler, the guy who ran the SS? Was he a humanitarian? And obviously, the answers are no. But let's go into more about Stalin for a second. You see, Stalin basically learned to be a murderer because he followed his mentor Lenin. Lenin killed about 5 million people, and Stalin adapted, killed about 50. Now, when it comes to the flip side, one example I like to give is Venus and Serena Williams. Serena is obviously the better tennis player. Venus Williams is the older sister. So what happened? The 9, the younger 9, adapted from her older sister and became what she is. See, there is not one 9 life path who will be the best at anything when it comes to sports, when it comes to intellectual pursuits, when it comes to anything, unless someone around them was like that. Again, they have to be extremely adaptive. That's the way 9s are. The 9 always follows the 5. What do I mean? Well, when it comes down to 9s, they are the most superficial people on the planet. As a matter of fact, when I give readings to people and they tell me they're a 9 life path, I don't even need their wife, husband's, girlfriend's, boyfriend's birthday to know they're attractive, because a 9 would rather be by itself than not to be with someone up to their standards. So again, the 5 is the best looking, so now you understand why the 9 always follows the 5. It's one thing for men to tell me they married for looks, but I've had women tell me they married for looks. And every single time, it was a 9 life path. So it is what it is. When it comes down to enemy numbers, the 9 has a big, big fan club. 9 is enemies with the number 1. As a matter of fact, that is the worst, the absolute worst enemy combination in all of numerology, astrology, whatever. 1s and 9s just don't do well together. The other enemy with the 9 is the number 2. The other enemy is the number 11. The other enemy is the number 22. As I said before, the 9 has a big fan club. The 9 is in a 3-6-9 triangle. Again, a 3-6-9 triangle. And the number 9 and the number 4 do very well together. You see, when it comes down to stuff like year cycles, most people are supposed to start new things in their 1 year. Well, obviously for a 9, 1 is their enemy, so that wouldn't really work for them, now would it? So for a 9, I recommend they always start new things and use the number 4 as their foundation. Instead of like most people use a 1 as the new beginnings, I recommend that 9s use the 4-year cycle for the new beginnings. When it comes down to people with the 9 energy, another thing you always understand about them is they have addictive personalities, and I've seen quite a few 9s turn to opioids, popping pills. I've been in rehab clinics before, not for me, but was for someone else. And me, I'm gonna investigate. And if the opportunity's there, that's what I'm gonna do. And of all the people I asked their birthdays in this rehab clinic, people born on the 9th, 18th, 27th always popped up. And it's not like they're drinking alcohol or anything like that. That's a one thing. But when it comes down to pills, what's the first vowel in pills? I. I is the ninth letter. So again, you have a lot of 9 life paths who can have addictions to opioids and things of that nature. 9 is the second most intelligent number when it comes through the basic 1 through 9 system, right after the 7. Nines are extremely intelligent. Again, intelligence begins with I, the ninth letter. So when it comes down to it, it is what it is. Um, they're smart. They're very smart. So never think the nines are stupid. They're one of the smarter numbers out there. Again, you just look at the words: mimic, first vowel I; intelligence, first vowel I; mirror, first vowel I, and you start understanding what a 9 life path is. Going back to their superficial nature, I have noticed that 9 life paths even have good-looking friends. I'm not saying they're gay or lesbian or anything like that. I've just noticed that nines have extremely good looking friends. Again, this is something you have to be looking for to notice. So it is what it is. Let's see. The 9 is in the 369 triangle. That should be obvious to everyone by now. And anything else about the 9? That pretty much covers it. One famous 9 life path is Brett Favre. And Brett Favre was known for his pain pillar addiction. He also is the NFL leader in interceptions. Interceptions starts with I. Lastly, about the number 9 is nines do not handle pressure well. As a matter of fact, they fold up like a tent under pressure. A 9 can be a great vice president, but when it comes to a president, no. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, the worst president in modern history was Jimmy Carter, and he was a 9. One guy I always like to bring up is Romeo Crennel. He used to be a defensive coordinator for the Giants and the Patriots. He won Super Bowls as a defensive coordinator. Then when he became a head coach in Cleveland and Kansas City, he flopped. So again, when it comes down to it, nines don't like pressure, and in many situations, they don't want to be around it. They would much rather be the second guy giving advice than actually being the main guy. Again, that's the contrast between the 1 and the 9. The 1 likes pressure. The 1 thrives under pressure, or the 9 folds up like a tent. This has been the GG33 video on the number 9.